Hello everybody, so here we go with the yoga session. We're going to get right into it and we're going to get in a seated position, or if you want to lay down, and we're going to do a little meditating here. And we're just going to breathe in, breathe out with your eyes closed. My eyes is opened at times because I have to look at my surroundings. So just make sure that you are relaxing and taking whatever negative energy away from you, whatever that you're thinking about, let that be away from you, and just go on ahead and let all the positive energy inside, because what you keep inside of you will affect your ability to do the certain yoga poses or what have you in the yoga session. So just take a deep breath and breathe in, breathe out. Make sure it could be subtle, depending on you. And just breathe. And continue to breathe and relax. Alright, so now we're going to take the right leg and we're going to keep the foot flexed. As you see, I'm pointing, and we're going to open the hip flexors here. So we're basically going to bring our right leg all the way over, and then we're going to bring it over onto the other side, bringing the right arm out, and we're going to get a nice little twist here. Then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. In yoga, when you do one thing to one side, you must do the other side because you have to be balanced. So please remember that. And we're doing the same exact thing on the other side, and we're getting a nice little twist. This really helps the back. Then we're going to take the leg and we're going to put go in a circle of motion. Make sure the foot is flexed, and we're going to go in a circle of motion. We're also going to circle it in the other direction. I hope, yes, I did. Okay. I was like, I hope I did, but I did. All right. And we're going to continue to do that. And we're going to take the other leg and do the same thing. Once again, whatever you do on one side, you must do on the other side, because you will feel unbalanced if you do not do the other side. So don't be lazy, y'all. Okay. You got to do the other side. All right. So that's what I'm doing here. All right. Now we're going to take both legs and we're going to move them kind of like an opposite direction. You can't really see it from this angle. I apologize, but do what you can. Again, with yoga, your body does what it feels like doing or what it's capable of doing. So if your body is not capable of doing this, please do not force it. You will get better within time, as I explained in the beginning of the video in the caption area. So yeah. Alright, so basically we're going to keep our foot flexed, and we're going to have our hands at our sides or in a T, but I'm going to have my hands at the sides. Now I'm going to show you some different ways you can have your legs if you cannot have them up in the air like this, because it may be difficult for others. So you can have them bent like this or bent like that, or if you're by a wall, which is not shown on here because I'm outside, you can put your legs up against the wall just in case you are not capable of, holding your legs up on your own. And this is really, really good for, circulation. Now I'm going to take my jump rope, which I shouldn't be using, but I forgot my yoga strap. So if you have a yoga strap, or if you have a scarf or towel, what have you, please use it. And this is also a good way of me showing you that you can use, anything to help you with a strap, because maybe sometimes you don't have one, maybe you can't get one at the moment. So use whatever you have in your household. Okay, so I'm using my jump rope today. I usually don't do this. I do have a yoga strap, but since I forgot to bring it outside with me and I was already walking to the spot, I was like, I'm just gonna use my jump rope. So you could use whatever you can, but make sure that you probably I do recommend a yoga strap, but again, if you do not have it, it's okay to use other things. It works just the same. And we're basically stretching And as we was doing the circling of the legs, we were opening up the hip flexors as well, and we're stretching the legs. Now, I'm a little stiff. I haven't done yoga in a little bit. I slacked. That's my fault, but I'm back in the game. I'm back here, so I will not slack. I will try to make yoga videos more frequently throughout the week. So yeah, and I'm glad the summertime is coming because I'm able to do it outside where I have, you know, more than enough room, and it just, the scenery is just nicer. You know, I like the scenery of the outside, you know. So that's basically about that. All right, we're basically going to bend our legs. Again, do what you can. All right, we're going to take our right leg and we're going to have the foot flexed on the other side, and we're going to press the leg. Just press it a little bit. You don't have to press it as hard as I am doing. And the wind was not letting me be great. But anyway, so I'm going to rock back and forth to get to a seated position. And you guys don't have to do this if you don't want to, but this is just to help massage the back a little bit. All right, so now we're just going to do some little twisting here in the seated position. We're going to have your left hand in the back of you as you do a small twist for your back. This is very good for your back if you guys are having back issues. I know a lot of people suffer from back issues, and this is one of the yoga poses that you can do along with the other ones that I said was good for your back. Also, this is good for a nice stretch, and you go to the side, and go to the side here is also for the back because we're elongating the spine. Then we're going to stretch to one side, putting the forearm on the yoga mat, and we're going to do the other side as well. Again, whatever you do on one side, you must do on the other side. Now we're going to do a nice little stretch with the arms, and we're going to roll our neck, and then we're going to do it in the opposite direction as well. This is also good to do when you are you know, sitting at the office, and it's also good for those that have neck issues as well, and is always sitting at the computer, at the desk, and things of that sort. So this is very good to help with that. Now we're going to try to get, you know, some stretches in the inner thighs. This help with the inner thighs, and also stretching the arms and helping with the shoulders a bit. And we're going to do the other side as well. And we're going to do a nice stretch. Again, I am stiff, a little stiff, so don't mind me. I have to get back into the yoga game. That was my fault. I had a lot going on, but we are back. Like I said before, we are back again. Okay, and you guys let me know what type of yoga videos you want to see and what you need help with, and you know, things of that sort, and I could try to target those areas as far as like if your back is hurting, or if you have bad sinuses and you want to see what poses will help with that, or anything of the sort. All right, so here we are, and we're going to basically do a stretch with our legs open, just a little stretch here. I've been trying to get my middle split for like a few years now, and it's my fault because I have not been keeping up with it. So this also helps with that, with my legs open. Again, if you cannot do this, you can definitely skip this part and go into a safe pose, which is a child's pose, which I will be showing in a few. And but again, you could just lay down on your back and do some nice meditating. Alright, now we're going to do some breathing here and go side to side again. All right, now we're going to get into the planks. I know a lot of people do not like this part, but you know, that's what we have to do. And we're going to have to suck our stomach in. And I forgot how many that we did. So just be prepared, as you guys can see here. So yeah, and then we're going to rest. Okay. So I believe it's like 10 seconds, or I counted 15 seconds or something like that. I counted 10 times. I don't know. But you know, if you cannot do the forearm plank, you could do the regular plank. And but it's really up to you. Again, do what your body can. Alright, so we're done with the planks, and we're going to do the side plank. This is beginners, but if you want to advance, this is how you do it, okay? To those of you that want to do it like this, you can, but the first one that I showed was beginners, so it's really up to you. Other side, I show the same way, but if you want to take it further, definitely do it the way that I'm doing it. I was on the struggle bus with that, but I pushed myself through. Alright, now this is the child's pose. I will call this my safe pose. But this is a child pose. You will go here just to catch your breath in between certain yoga poses. If you need to stop the video, please do so, and you can proceed on. Alright, so we're going to be here for a little minute here, and we're basically trying to open up the hips here, and I'm basically just this is kind of, it's called like a butterfly, I believe, and I'm just basically just opening it up just a little bit. Again, if you cannot do this, it's okay. Again, you can go into your child's pose, or you could just lie on your back and just wait until the next instruction or what have you. It's really up to you. So yeah, I had some people running in the background, they was talking about they was like, oh, she's probably doing a YouTube video, and that's why I was kind of laughing a little bit. It was like, so if you see me in a YouTube video, so yeah. I didn't cut it out because this is a part of it. So when you're outside, this is what happens. I'm in a park, so so it's basically about that. All right, so we're in the crescent lunge here. If you have bad knees or what have you, you shouldn't do this unless you want to put a cushion or a towel under your knees just to help you out and just to give you some cushion, or get a knee yoga pad or what have you, but use what you have. And this is more advanced. If you can't do this, this is a low lunge, okay, a low lunge here, and I'm basically gonna go back a little bit. But again, if you cannot do it, please don't. I'm keeping my knee in, because usually when you go into this pose, your knee tends to go outwards, so you have to make sure that you are keeping your knee on the inside and is not going out, because you can definitely hurt yourself. Yes, you can hurt yourself in yoga, y'all. Attention, you can hurt yourself in yoga, okay? So just make sure that you're being careful while doing this, okay? Or any type of yoga, this whole session, be careful, okay? Be careful. And again, do what you can. Remember to breathe, because some people, believe it or not, stop breathing because they are concentrating too much on the pose. Please do not do that. You have to breathe to move through the poses very, nice and easy, okay? Again, if you need to rest, please go into your child's pose or lie on your back to catch your breath. And we are going into child's pose. Now we're going to do a camel pose. Again, you do not have to do this, but this helps with the back as well, and the arms as well, and the shoulders. Again, you do not have to do this, but if you feel as though you can, please do. Back to child's pose. Now we're just going to sit on the back of our feet. This is very good, especially if you have been on your feet all day. If you work somewhere where you're always on your feet, this is very, very good for that. Just basically, you know, helping out with the stretching of the feet. So this is basically how you can stretch your feet, and it's very helpful. And also, I'm just rolling my shoulder. This is also good, especially if you are carrying heavy things and maybe you need to release some tension from the shoulder area. This is very good to do. And make sure that you are circling one way and then doing it another way. And now we're back in child's pose. Alright, so now we're going to do opposite arm and opposite leg. And we're basically going to pull in and reach out. Pull in, reach out. Pull in, reach out. Pull in. And we're going to do the other side. Whatever you do on one side, you must do on the other side. Remember that. Always remember that. And remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. And I know you're probably like, how are you reminding us to breathe? Because like I said before, some people are too focused on the pose and they get stuck and they hold their breath, and because they're concentrating too much on the pose and they're not letting their breath, you know, flow through freely. I know it's hard, especially if you're new, but you have to, you know, try to control that. And I'm just doing some little leg up, so I don't know. I just went with the flow with that. And back to child's pose. And I'm going to take some breathers here. Again, we are going to sit on our feet just to get a nice stretch. Now we're going to take our leg, and then we're basically going to do, I think this is called a figure 4, I believe, or figure 8, I forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah, figure 4, figure 8, yeah. And we're just basically giving a nice stretch for the legs. And make sure your feet are flexed. Now we're going to get back up, and we're going to get back into, we're going to get into downward facing dog. Sorry, you guys. Okay. And we are going to bring the leg up and go from knee to elbow. Knee to elbow. I think we're going to do a few of these. Back to downward facing dog, and we're going to do the other side. These are my favorite. Back to tabletop. We're going to do a few cat and cows. And do however many that you need. You don't have to do as much as I do, but this really helps with the back. It helps you catch your breath here. Cat and cow. Alright, so you don't have to do this. This is something that I wanted to do before I get into Savasana. Before we get into Savasana, I'm going to do a pigeon pose. Bam. You guys don't have to do this. Do whatever that you feel unless you just want to go straight into Savasana. But I usually do something before I get into Savasana. Y'all can do cat and cow. Y'all can do whatever you feel. It's really up to you. I'm a little stiff, but it's okay. But again, you could do whatever you want to. You don't have to do this. If you cannot do this, please don't do it, because I don't want nobody going to no hospital, right? Okay. Not on my account. Okay, they'll be like, Marquita said, nah. So now we're going to lay down in Savasana with our palms facing up. And our eyes are going to be closed, and we're just going to lay down, and we're going to take in everything that we learned today. As we close our eyes, my eyes are not closed because I'm looking at my surroundings and looking to see if my camera cut off. But we're going to breathe in, breathe out as our breathing starts to become subtle, as we melt into the mat or into the ground or to the floor. As we seal in everything that we learned from practice today. As we're breathing nice and slowly to calm our body down. To a seated position. I apologize, you can't really hear me because I'm outside and I don't have my mic, but I think you can hear me a little bit. Sorry about the wind, but here we are. We are going to bring our hands at heart center, and we're going to breathe in and breathe out, and breathe in and breathe out twice, and then we're going to breathe in, and on the last